So, from some of the best USB tech I've ever used, from all the way to some crazy looking Bluetooth speakers, this is a TechFlow Top 5. What's going on, guys? How are you all doing? My name is Alex and welcome back to this month's Top 5 for, what month are we on now? 2017, January, February, March, April, May. Top 5 in May. These are my top 5 most used tech products. Let's get into it. Kicking things off in number 5, and I'm not sure why I haven't spoken about this before because I've used this thing and still use it every day since when I got it for Christmas in January. This is a simple Anker USB hub, and I have this in what I like to call my server room. And pretty much what it is a USB hub, and it provides power to any or all devices that are plugged into it. Now, the one I've got and I use on a daily basis has a bunch of normal USB ports and as well a USB-C port for charging those devices like the brand new Samsung Galaxy S8 or the Axon 7 or even a GoPro Hero 5. As well as USB charging hubs, Anker do pretty much anything and everything to do with USB. So if you're after a lightning cable for your iPhone or a USB-C cable for your 4K monitor to your MacBook, Anker have got you covered. Every single USB cable pretty much in my house is an Anker one. They're durable and the best cables out there, not sponsored. You can look in my drawer, I use them myself. This is the Eva Polar. Now, if you've been around my channels for a long time, you'll know this is something I received last summer, something I raved about last summer, and then something I'll let you guys know, I put it away and it collected loads of dust and I never used it. Now, if you've been around in the recent weeks, you'll know that I've taken a short break from my vlogging channel. By the way, I'm back on vlogging again now, so you can check out my channel, Marswell Vlogs. But in that short 3-day break that I had from daily vlogging, I found myself sat at my desk in my, new office space. It was getting really hot, and in arm's length was my dusty Eva Polar. I dusted it off, filled it up with water, and it's been sat on my desk ever since, cooling me down. Pretty much, this is an air conditioning unit. Now, please don't buy this thinking that it's going to cover an entire room, because it's not. It's pretty much just going to cool you down right at your desk, and that is it. It's not going to do anything else. It's not a magic machine. It has a cool LED light on the side of it, which is either a gimmick or cool. You can change the colour of it, and it has a really cool display on the top. But this thing isn't a gimmick. It really does pump out cool air, not just a normal fan. It does cool the air down, not to an extreme degree, but it does cool that stuff down. Now, the reason why I'm excited about this is because Eva Polar have actually got a Kickstarter campaign going on right now where they're designing their, I want to say, version 2 Eva Polar, which is fixing a lot of the issues that this one had. Did I say Kickstarter? It's an Indiegogo campaign, links in the description. It has features like, well, apparently you're going to be able to control the thing with your Google Home, your Amazon Alexa, or your Apple HomeKit. From, hey Siri, what's the temperature outside? I'm definitely going to be backing this version 2 of the Eva Polar. It seems to have fixed all the issues with this one, and controlling it with, well, a voice assistant just puts the icing on the cake. Let's move on. Now, I believe this is called the Zenjure Power Bank. And yeah, it's a normal power bank, but the reason why I say this top 5, it has 2 reasons. First one is its size, and it's 26,800 milliamp hours. Second one, this is the only USB power bank that I've found that can maintain a significant charge on my brand new 2016 USB-C MacBook Pro 15-inch Retina model. Now, this thing, I've tested it out. I have no proper surefire way to test it. It is 100% 2600 milliamp hours, but this thing, I've charged it twice and used it for around a month now. Taken it to numerous trips. I've been to Portugal with it. I've been to London on overnight with it, and it never seems to drop down. This thing, I like it, and best of all, it looks sexy AF. Moving on, getting a little bit more personal now in number 2, this is the Knox Sleep Light. I've got this thing next to my bed, and I genuinely thought it was a bit of a gimmick. So I saw recently Unbox Therapy cover a little device that put out what we call white noise, and he said he needs white noise to sleep. And I've never needed this before, or I've never experienced it before. Now I've experienced it. Wow. So the Nachtmusik Smart Sleep Light plays soothing sounds and emits a light, if you want, to create you to fall asleep a little bit easier than you otherwise would. And for me, it really works, but this is a subjective thing. You can choose from numerous different sound effects to fall asleep to, and then once you're asleep, these sound effects will turn off after a time period. And the thing will also wake you up in a calm and distressing manner with a soothed light and some soothed sounds. And one thing I always complain about, if you've been watching my vlogs, is falling asleep and getting my sleep schedule right. This thing, I think it's helping me fall asleep easier and waking up in less of a grump. Very subjective, but again, this is my top 5 tech. Let's move on to number 1. Looks pretty cool, right? This thing, it's a Bluetooth speaker. And it may look like a gimmick, but in real life, this thing, it really, really turns heads. It's made out of plastic, but it's really, really cool. So it has these touch capacitive buttons on the front which allow you to pause, play, skip, change the volume, turn Bluetooth devices on and off, switch between the Bluetooth and auxiliary input, and it also has these really cool blue LED lights up the side. Now, I recently took this speaker for my testing purposes to Manchester, where I stayed in a hotel room. And with it, I took a power cable that it came with. When I arrived at my hotel room, I realised that this thing actually has a battery in it. I thought you had to have it plugged into the wall, and then I realised that I unplugged it and the music carried on playing. I was like, whoa. The reason why I thought this thing had to be plugged in was because it's fairly big and bulky in size. It also creates a massive amount of sound that sounds absolutely awesome for a Bluetooth speaker, in my humble opinion, on par with the Bose SoundLink Mini, but obviously taking that and being a lot louder. Because this thing is so cool, I actually always keep a Bluetooth speaker in my car. In there at the moment is a massive JBL speaker that I have taken to numerous places and even had it around a campfire, hence why the front of it is all burnt and misshaped. I'm now going to replace that speaker in my boot, that JBL one, with this Cybertron, because it's really cool, it's really loud, and it makes some amazing sound. So guys, that's been it for this month's top 5 on TechFlow. If you have enjoyed it, please smash us up with a like, rating, and if you have any tech you want us to check out, please let me know, and we will try and do a video on it on the channel, and maybe it might get featured in one of these top 5s if I end up using it enough. Again, these top 5s aren't just any random tech, this is stuff I've been using personally over the last month. Guys, this has been TechFlow. We'll catch you in the next one.